Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Jessica Wall, Ad Age's food reporter, and welcome to our latest edition of Ad Age Remotely. Today, I'm going to be joined by Andrea Zemensky, the Chief Marketing Officer at KFC US. So if you have comments or questions for Andrea, please share them in our social channels. Hey, Andrea.
Hello, Jessica. Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you here. So we will get right to it because I feel like this is a really fun one for us to discuss, especially in a video conversation. KFC has done plenty of holiday marketing in the past, including some returning things, which we can talk about a little bit later. We can try to get to all of it in this conversation. But first, I'd like to discuss the comfort food meets comfort viewing mini movie. It's called A Recipe for Seduction, which is going to air on Lifetime next weekend. Before we discuss it, why don't we take a quick look at the teaser?
Fantastic.
What the hell are you doing?
A Lifetime original mini movie.
You don't answer my proposal, and now you're not answering my call.
I think I'm falling for the new chef.
Jessica is falling for Harlan.
The cook? Leave Jessica alone and skip town.
He has a secret recipe that's going to change the world.
Harlan claims to have some secret recipe.
A secret recipe? Spare me.
We all have our secrets. If you marry my daughter, I promise there'll be more long weekends in your future.
Mom, I have to tell you something.
We have a problem.
Secret's out, chicken man. I'll take care of this. Ruining everything!
Just kill him already!
Who the hell are you?
Harlan Sanders, the new chef.
Mario Lopez is Colonel Sanders in A Recipe for Seduction. Premieres December 13th at noon, only on Lifetime. Presented by Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Sorry, it still makes me laugh. I don't know how many times I've seen this teaser, but I'm glad I'm glad that everybody else gets to see it now because it's been really hard not to talk about this.
He has a secret recipe that is going to change the world.
Chicken man. There's just a lot of lines. I feel like we could break it all down. But before we do that, tell us, Andrea, how this even became reality.
Well, I will tell you when this idea, we were partnering with Lifetime, and it's so unexpected, right? But when it was put in front of us, it just makes so much sense. Both Lifetime and KFC are absolute staples during the holidays. And so we knew we just had to do this because we knew that we could be authentic to both of our brands and ultimately bring something, especially in this year, something that's actually pretty fun, but also useful to our customers right now. Truly entertaining content. I will tell you, this 15-minute movie, the first of its kind, will not disappoint. It has all of the flair of a Lifetime movie with all the magic of KFC. And then also our kind of ultimate comfort food with KFC. And we've also partnered with Uber Eats to bring in a special deal for Uber Eats delivery during the week of this movie premiere as well, where you can get 6 free tenders with an order of $20 or more. So it really is this kind of match made in heaven of Lifetime during the holidays, the ultimate comfort food of KFC for dinner and a movie.
So there are other brands, including Taco Bell, your sibling at Yum Brands, have done movie-style teaser commercials. And last year, KFC had RoboCop starring commercials. Yep. So the idea of a movie and a fast food chain is not completely new. But this is the first time that there's actually a movie that's going to air as a Lifetime movie. The whole thing is 15 minutes long, and I've seen it. I know I just there's so much to unpack here, but how did you get the executives at KFC to sign off on this? And this is a big undertaking. This is not just Wyden and Kennedy Portland putting together a 90-second teaser. This is a full-fledged production.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a full-fledged production. We've been in discussions with Lifetime on this for 18 months. So this wasn't something that we kind of just decided off the cuff to do. And, I would say the biggest thing is we had to get partnership from our franchisees working in the restaurant industry. And I'm just really proud of our franchisees for leaning in with us on this. And I think the idea is KFC is so popular during the holidays because we can provide families a home cooked meal that they don't have to cook, especially during this kind of busy holiday season. It's also brings people around the table in a bucket of chicken. So holidays are a really important time for us. At the same time, Lifetime is kind of one of those staples in pop culture. And we have an ongoing program in KFC about getting our brand in pop culture in a way that people really want to be part of it. And it really adds like value to people's lives. And so when we shared this idea of being able to partner with one of the biggest properties in the holidays of Lifetime and do it in a way that is really authentic. It's not just a trailer. Like this is a full-fledged movie that you can find, by the way, if you scroll on your DVR to noon on Sunday, you will see Recipe for Seduction in your TV guide on your TVs. This is a real movie. We're doing it in an authentic way. And we find with our brand, when we do things kind of all the way, truly authentically, in a way that is entertaining and people want to be part of, that really helps make our brand more modern and relevant.
And you've obviously been working with celebrity colonels for a while. So Mario Lopez is clearly not the first colonel. He might be the first one to, I don't know, get the gray done in his hair in such a way and all of that. But how did you decide on who would be cast in this? Was that Lifetime's idea? Was that KFC's idea? And tell us a little bit about the casting.
Well, I mean, Mario Lopez is, man, he is everywhere right now, by the way, right? He's in the Saved
He's
by
in a
the
Lifetime
Bell.
movie.
He's in he's in our movie and another movie.
Right.
It's actually going to air right afterwards. You know, he's in the Saved by the Bell reboot. He helped host the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. He is hot right now. And so Lifetime is actually had discussed with him, and he wanted to be part of this. I think he loves the KFC brand, wanted to be part of something that would be kind of a first of its kind opportunity. And who doesn't want to be Colonel Sanders? And so we thought when the idea of Mario playing this role, we just thought it couldn't be more perfect. We've always said anybody can play the role of the Colonel if they kind of embody his feisty and entrepreneurial spirit. And I believe that Mario Lopez fits well into that mold.
Okay. I want to keep talking about celebrity colonels, but before we do, I have a few shout outs for some at-home celebrities who are joining us while they're watching. We have Michael, Linus, Tamika, Dave, Ronald, Angelo, Irene, Kelsey, and Christine. Thanks so much for joining us today on Ad Age Remotely. And again, if anyone has questions for Andrea, please leave them on our social channels. I'll do my best to get to them. Before I do that, I do want to ask you about celebrity colonels. It's been a little while since you've had a new celebrity. Was that because of COVID? Was it always the idea that you would sort of pull off the celebrities for a while and then come back for holiday, or how did that work?
No, we've had to make some pretty significant adaptations to our marketing and really everything that we've done on the brand with COVID. And we have really focused our advertising on kind of the heritage of our brand. We brought back some nostalgic footage in our brand. We've really focused on talking about this idea that the Colonel can cook for you and provide this home cooked meal that you don't have to cook yourself, with people just being so overwhelmed with all of a sudden they're at home and their family is at home and they have to provide 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. And we found that we could really be truly useful to people during this time. So we've really focused and honed in our advertising on that. We've had an animated Colonel on a bucket, kind of what would happen if the Colonel joined the dinner table during this time. We've just launched our holiday advertising where the Colonel shows up in a snowman in kind of an interesting throwback way. Unfortunately, the idea of the Colonel delivering a piping hot meal as a snowman maybe doesn't work out so well for his fate in that advertisement. But again, we've really focused all of our kind of prime advertising on focusing on that idea of letting the Colonel cook for you during this time and really being useful to customers. And this really just provided the perfect opportunity with the holidays, with Mario being this kind of lifetime legend to come in and play this really interesting role.
Okay. You talked a bit about how the chain has been promoting itself during the pandemic, and same-store sales have held up really well. So far, the first 3/4 of the year, U.S. same-store sales are up 5% overall. They were up 9% in the third quarter. What do you think it is that's so appealing about it right now? Is it just everyone's sick of cooking and a bucket of fried chicken's a lot easier, or?
Well, I think there's a few things. I mean, when we got into 2020, we really focused on a few things. Number one, we had to first focus on making sure that our team members and our customers were going to be safe, right? Like the basics. But then we really turned our attention to, okay, how could we really be useful for people? And we really found very quickly that, first of all, fried chicken is the ultimate comfort food. And I think people could use a lot of comfort right now. The second thing is there's a lot of trust in our buckets of fried chicken. We can provide that truly kind of home cooked meal that you trust, put a quality meal on the table where you don't actually have to cook it yourself. But it is cooked by real cooks in the back of our restaurants. So I think people have really gravitated to that idea and have a lot of trust in our brand and kind of yearn for the comfort of our Kentucky Fried Chicken, kind of the original comfort food.
Okay. And you talked a little bit about holiday advertising and comfort food, obviously bringing back some sort of retro style buckets. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other holiday campaigns that you have going on. So first things first, I don't have a wood burning fireplace, but the Fire Log is back. So the Fire Log has been a hit the past few years. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing with the Fire Log this year. And I think we might have some footage of that as well. So I feel like this is a concept that possibly could take off more this year with people doing outdoor gatherings and things like that, right? People have their fire pits going. What is KFC doing with the Fire Log this year?
Yeah, so we launched the Fire Log in 2018. So this is our third year of the 11 Herbs and Spices Fire Log, all around this idea of, people around the holidays want to gather around a bucket of chicken. What if you could do that also with the warmth of actually having a fried chicken fire to go along with it? And it took off more than we ever expected, I will tell you, in that first year. It sold out online within, I think, minutes. So then the following year, Walmart actually came to us and said, hey, we'd actually like to sell this and do this exclusively. So we put it online at Walmart last year. It sold out in hours in Walmart. I mean, you can imagine we produced way, way more. So this year, Walmart said, we want to double down on this. We actually want to put it in our stores. So you can actually buy it not just at walmart.com, but actually in Walmart stores. We sold over 20,000 of them in the first hour when they went on sale online. So people are having a lot of fun with this, I think, for their fire pits outside, because people also are cozying up inside their homes more right now, right? That home is becoming the new hub through COVID. And then people are using them as like the best white elephant gift also. And people are still doing those gift exchanges and finding ways to do them through Zoom. I know we're doing a team Secret Santa exchange. I think people are finding new ways to do that. And it's a really clever way to still meet that, $20 threshold and provide a really unique and exciting gift.
And this year it's actually in some Walmart stores as well, right? Not just online. So if people are shopping, okay.
Yeah, you can get it at Walmart or at walmart.com, and they are still available. We ordered enough that we're not going to run out this year.
So 20,000 in a matter of hours. How many did you sell in the first year? I feel like it's probably grown.
Yeah, in the first year it was something like 3,000. We just produced like 3,000 because we really didn't know, what people buy. When you do these things, sometimes you kind of hold your breath before you release it. Are 5 people going to be interested in this or a lot? And then it was gone. They were gone in a matter of minutes.
Okay. So how important is the holiday season, the end of the year, for KFC?
It's a really important time of year for our business. It really is. We have a long-standing kind of tradition and really idea within our customers' minds of KFC being, it's really, you think about the bucket and it's like families gather around that bucket during this time. So customers use us for that. It's a really important time of business for our buckets. And also just with the overwhelming time of the holidays when you're trying to do 1,000 different things, KFC is kind of the natural solution to get that quality meal that you don't have to cook yourself. So it goes all the way back to the Colonel. He established during the holidays that he wanted to be able to cook for busy families during that time. And we've continued that tradition, and it's really been well established with our customers.
As creative as Colonel Sanders was, I don't think he could have anticipated a log that smelled like his fried chicken or a movie based on his character. Let's be clear, the version that Mario Lopez is playing in the movie is a little bit different than the usual celebrity colonel relying on like the fried chicken lore. I mean, he does have the secret recipe, right? But there's a lot more to this character than just a straightforward commercial.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth to this character. But, you know, if we go back to the Colonel and who he was, the really exciting thing, if you think about the Colonel, is he just was the best fried chicken salesman on the planet. And he was always willing to do whatever he needed to do to get his famous fried chicken in front of people and in their mouths, because he knew it was delicious. He was the ultimate showman, the ultimate chicken salesman. And so, you know, since his death in 1980, you know, it's been our responsibility to figure out, how do we evolve that? What does that mean in the year 2020 to get his famous fried chicken in front of people, and how should he evolve to make sure that he's relevant and able to do that? So that's then as stewards of this brand and of his legacy, that's the work that then we need to do, which is why we thought, you know, why not partner with Lifetime during a time of holidays and talk about his secret recipe and who he was in a totally different and interesting way.
Okay. Now I have to ask, this is not because of my own personal name, although that's part of it. Whose idea was it to name the other main character Jessica? Because I feel like that's kind of an Easter egg for Saved by the Bell fans.
Well, you know, I'm not going to confirm. I won't confirm or deny whether or not that's an Easter egg. But as a Saved by the Bell fan myself, I like to think that maybe that's part of the fun.
An Easter egg in a Christmas movie. I mean, I feel like it's there. I don't know.
I love that.
But it is definitely, it hits a lot of the themes that if you're someone who watches Lifetime holiday movies, I feel like you're gonna sort of see where the plot is going with this, but also appreciate some of the little twists and turns that it takes within 15 minutes. How did you feel about the script? Were there things that you tried to add to make it more KFC, or maybe because it's a commercial, but it's not a commercial, right? I mean, you're definitely getting the brand message across, but in a long form way. So were there certain things that you just had to have in the movie, or certain things that you said, maybe that's not a right fit for the brand?
Yeah, I mean, the number one most important thing was we wanted to make sure that it was authentic to the brand of Lifetime, first of all, because these fans are going to expect to see a real Lifetime movie. And I will tell you, I've seen it as well. You'll get all the fun twists and turns and drama. Somehow they packed that into 15 minutes and you'll get all that. And that was most important, that it needed to be authentic and really, truly entertaining. And then within that, of course, we wanted to find ways to get our brand messages across in a way that would be interesting for people. So you even saw in the trailer how many times they talked about Harlan Sanders' secret recipe and how it was going to change the world. And, you know, he's this cook with a dream. And also his appearance, you know, we wanted to find a way to make sure that he read as the Colonel, but also that we did that in a very modern way that would fit and be authentic with the movie. So there was definitely negotiations as we went throughout the script, but that push and pull, we kept at the center of that. Let's just make sure that this is authentic and entertaining at the end of the day, because if we lose that, then what's the point of doing it?
Right. And it's definitely not a regular fried chicken commercial. I mean, it has a plot, it has a storyline. Though there is an offer tied to it. You mentioned earlier there's an Uber Eats offer, right? So if people are watching the movie and they get hungry, they can get some free tenders with their Uber Eats order. Let's talk a little bit about some food news that's come out this year. So chicken sandwiches are still a very popular thing in this country. How's your chicken sandwich revamp been going? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, Jessica, I know we talked back in, I guess it would have been the end of May, about our big test that we did with our version of the chicken sandwich in Orlando. And we have that sandwich has remained in those Orlando stores, and the customer feedback has blown us away. I talked to you about how I really believed and I'd put this sandwich up against any other chicken sandwich in the market. And we have seen that response from our customers, from our team members. And, as we worked with our franchisees, also with our franchisees. And so, I'm not ready to share any news on that, but I will tell you that when it is time to bring it, we will bring it in a big way, because this sandwich is the real deal.
Okay. So, but it's still in Orlando. If anybody's watching in Orlando, they can still get it. Okay.
That's right.
And then you and I had also talked earlier this year about the Beyond chicken sandwich, or the Beyond, sorry, not chicken sandwich, Beyond fried chicken. What's going on with that?
Yeah, so we have continued to expand that and gotten sneak peeks of that product across the country. So in the summer, we took it to Southern California to really go into a heavy plant-based market and get customers the opportunity to try that product. And that, I think we sold out 5 weeks of product in 2 weeks. So we got an overwhelming response from our customers in Southern California. So we are continuing to partner with the Beyond Meat team. They're incredible partners. This product, I think you got the chance to taste it. We were together the last time before the world changed at the beginning of this year. The product truly does taste like our famous fried chicken. And again, I'm not ready to share the details of plans to launch that more nationally. But our customers are telling us that there's definitely broad-based interest in having a Beyond Fried Chicken product.
Okay. We have a couple of comments from the audience. Linus on LinkedIn says, if anyone from Taco Bell is watching, he wants to see a Taco Bell telenovela next, which, it makes a lot of brand sense. I think
I love it.
I think, you could have a whole thing, because KFC has had celebrity tie-ins before, but like I said, Taco Bell really had some movie teaser type ads previously. Yeah. So it's not that much of a stretch. Maybe it might not be that much of a stretch.
I will tell you. Well, I will go on the record. I'm meeting with the Taco Bell team tomorrow, and I will make sure that comment gets communicated directly to the Taco Bell marketing team.
Remotely with an impact. I like it. And Gabriel on LinkedIn wants to know when you'll be releasing an action figure to accompany the movie. Action figure. A Mario Lopez action figure.
That's an interesting idea. We'll have to go back and look at that. We don't have plans for that right now, but thanks for the idea.
I don't know that he's had. I mean, maybe there were Saved by the Bell action figures. I don't know. You're a huge fan, so maybe you.
I know, right? I am a huge fan. I will admit it. I'm definitely a huge fan.
Have you watched the reboot yet?
I have not. I have not watched it. I had to finish up The Queen's Gambit before I take on something new. So
okay. My husband's been watching that. I haven't been watching it. I'll be honest. I know everybody else is, but
I know it's fantastic. We finished it this weekend, and it's fantastic. So Saved by the Bell is next on our list.
Is next. Okay. And then there were a few questions from the audience about measuring the return on investment with this campaign. So you'll see viewership, I'm sure, but how are you going to measure the success and see if this is the kind of thing that you'd want to keep doing?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I'm really glad you asked it. So my responsibility as the Chief Marketing Officer on KFC is something that I define as I'm in charge of growing sales overnight and brand over time. This activation has kind of both components with the Uber Eats offer, and also, talking about KFC during the holidays. So we're obviously going to look at what happens with this Uber Eats promotion, and our bucket sales over the holidays. But importantly, this is also about making our brand modern and relevant and growing our brand over time. So we're going to be looking at those measures as well as really big key KPIs for this launch.
Okay. So, and the Uber Eats promotion will run for about a week, right?
It's a week. Mm-hmm.
That offer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Do you have any other offers in place for the rest of the year? Or is that the main one that you're going to be doing for December?
That's our main additional promotion. We have our $20 fill up, which is really industry leading value for how you can feed a whole family. For just $20, you can get a bucket with 3 large sides, 4 biscuits, for $20. So we'll continue to run that as our national promotion, with this Uber Eats as a supplement, to go along with that for that week.
Okay. And since we're talking about Uber Eats, I definitely want to hit on delivery, which has become a bigger part of the fast food landscape, particularly this year with everything that's been going on with the pandemic. How are your franchisees responding to delivery? Is there still a good drive-through business at this point? Because there really isn't much dine-in at all, right? So you're relying a lot on the drive-through. Okay.
Yep. Our drive-through business has increased by something like 60% during this time. So drive-through will continue to be really, really important for us, but our delivery and order ahead business has also exploded. So this is very clearly, I mean, we see this be a trend across the industry, that there's kind of digital adoption, decades of digital adoption that happen in days. And that's been true on our business as well. And our franchisees are excited about growing our digital sales and delivery and pickup. And I've been really impressed with how they've been partnering to be able to deliver this, because this is really what customers are going to want. This is what they're going to want for how to experience our brands. And so we've got to continue to grow in this. We've had incredible growth in this during COVID, and we believe that's only going to accelerate as we go into 2021 and beyond.
Do you see KFC as more of a enjoy at home brand versus enjoy on the go? Like even before COVID, if you think about a bucket of chicken, you're bringing that home, or maybe if it's nice weather, you're bringing it to a picnic somewhere, but it's not really the kind of thing you're eating in your car as much as maybe some other brands. Is that an accurate thing?
I would say not for our brand, but I would say that is definitely true for the bucket. The bucket really is a home meal replacement product, right? Or a picnic, or anything like that, but it really is about a quality meal that you can have in your home or on a picnic or with your family, more traditionally that. But our brand isn't just about those buckets and that home meal replacement. We also have a really big tenders business. We have some of the most delicious tenders because they're all prepared by cooks in the back of the restaurant. They're really delicious, extra crispy. They hold the sauce really well. We do have a sandwich, as you know. We're testing another sandwich. We've launched our secret recipe fries this year, which are now tied with mashed potatoes and gravy as our #1 side, which are incredible to also have on the go in your car, as many people are eating in their cars right now. So we have a lot of other options outside of the bucket that people can eat on the go with KFC and have our delicious fried chicken on the go.
I've also had the fries multiple times. And they are easier to eat in the car than mashed potatoes. I mean, right there, it's a more on the go food, right? And the new sauce, you revamped the sauces a few months ago as well.
Yes, we did. We launched a whole new sauce lineup. Yeah, the response has been incredible. We launched a new we relaunched all of our dipping sauces with clean labels, improved texture, improved taste, and then we launched a new signature sauce called the KFC sauce, called our KFC sauce. This is actually, in the last 3 years, the highest scoring product we've tested. It really is. It's called a comeback sauce because we believe that customers will actually come back just to get this KFC sauce. And we've had a really great reaction from customers out there, from our team members out there. And we think this is going to be a great way to grow our tenders business.
Okay. And then we had one more question from the audience before we go. I know this is a US campaign, but Fatima on LinkedIn is wondering how you intend to have this campaign work in other regions, or is it local and not global? Do you think that this will play globally?
I don't really know. Right now, it is a US only campaign. I would say you never know with these things what gets attention all around the world. I mean, KFC is one of the biggest global brands on the planet. So there are things that happen in other countries like the UK when they ran out of chicken, that campaign kind of traveled, that they did kind of traveled over here to the US. And there's many things that we do that kind of travel outside of the US. I think we've had a lot of requests for some fire logs in some other countries. I don't know if Lifetime is would travel globally as much, but it's going to be available online. So I think there's always that possibility.
All right, great. Well, I think we can leave it there. Andrea, thank you so much for joining me on Ad Age Remotely. It's been great chatting with you, and I hope that everyone gets a chance to see A Recipe for Seduction. It just makes me laugh every time. It's going to be on Lifetime on the 13th and airing on demand and online and everywhere, right?
Yes.
So thanks so much for joining me. And as always, thanks to our Ad Age Remotely team, Alfred, Max, Anna Sakula, Eilis Liffring. Thank you, everybody, for pulling this together. And we will see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks so much, Jessica. This was so fun.